Um, Good evening, everyone. My name is Letebele. Okay, Masilo Nyane Letebele. Let me welcome you today in our presentation. I am the leader of the IT team, and we proposed to the CEO that we should have our own meeting. Normally, we do have meetings on Sundays where the CEO do make some presentations. So we requested that we wanted to have our meetings because we realized that on the Sunday meetings where we expect people to ask questions about their presentation. We have realized that we spend a very long time, we stay until very late dealing with the questions that are not related to the presentation that the CEO has made. So we decided, or we advised ourselves that, okay, let's have a platform, let's have a meeting where the IT team can make the presentation. And then after that presentation, then we allow a session where people can ask questions directly to the IT team. And then we deal with those questions as they come through. And having done this that we are starting today, it will mean that starting from tomorrow, in our in our meeting with the CEO, immediately after the presentation, when we take the questions, we will only be taking questions related to the presentation, and whatever the questions that are not related to the presentation will not be attended to. So make sure that if you have any questions, this is a right platform where you can ask the IT team. I have my team on standby. They will be able to attend to all the issues that we have. And the way we are planning to do it, instead of saying maybe after our presentation, then we take, people and then they tell us their problems and all that. We have tried it the other time. We had a Q&A session, which didn't go well, according to me, because now we were not able to take all the questions, and then many people were not assisted. So what we have decided to do now is, if you have a question right now about anything that you want assistance, you want to be assisted with by the IT team, we have the team that is on the live chat. They are ready now. They are already logged in, waiting for the questions to come through. So you can directly talk to them. They will be able to respond immediately to whatever the questions. For people with login problems and all that, those questions, those kind of questions that if you are having maybe issues with your dashboard, the shares do not correspond to your investment and all that, those kind of questions that needs the IT team to go into the back office and attend them. We advise that as of now, when we start the presentation, you go on the live chat, you go on the help desk, and then you you ask your questions, and then they will be attended to immediately. Now, what we will do today, the way we have planned to carry out our presentation is, for the first hour, we will do the presentation, the IT team. I'll be working with our IT team supervisor, that Daddy Polo. He will take us through the other part, and then the way we have divided it, the first maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes or so, we will try to explain the business model of Weownomy, because we have realized that many people have came into the company, but they don't understand clearly what the company is and what is it about. And then after that, we will try again to go through the changes that we have implemented on the dashboard, try to explain the confusion that is there in the groups about the letters, about the WEOs received and all that. And then lastly, in the last 20 minutes, we'll try to attend to the commonly asked questions, whereby we do receive a lot of questions on the help desk and also on the live chat. Then we'll try to to explain some, to respond to some of those commonly asked questions. And then on the next hour, at around 9, then we will allow people to ask questions, just strictly for an hour, because now we still have a meeting tomorrow with the CEO, and I don't want to take a very long time, and then now people get tired and then they fail to attend the meeting tomorrow. So we will restrict our meeting to strictly 2 hours. But if you have any issues that you need assistance with, please go into the live chat, go into the help desk. My team is waiting there to assist while I take you through the presentation today. Okay, let me start by saying Weownomy Platform Corporation is a social media company that was incorporated in the United States of America, in the state of Delaware. Okay, and then this is the official website of the Department of State, where the companies are registered. And here we do have the the information about the registration of Weownomy, the file number, the entity name, and then it was incorporated on the 1st of April this year. So this is to say the company is legally registered in the state of, in the United States. Now, like I said, the company is the social media company, and then we, okay, I'm getting the warning that my screen is not seen. Let me do this. The company is legally. Okay, apologies for that. Okay. Let me do this, please. All right. Okay. My apologies on that. I thought I shared the screen. I was saying we have the, we have the state of the Department of State in the United States and the state of Delaware, where the companies are registered. So we do have the registration information of Weownomy Platform Corporation. It was incorporated on the 1st of April this year. This is the file number. This is the state and all the information. So I was just saying the company is registered. And then now, like I said, we are a social media company similar to Facebook, to make it very clear to other people. And we are building the first, we are building the type of a social media that our business model is simple. We are building a platform that pays users for using the platform. And somebody can ask as to what do you mean by saying you pay people for using the platform. What happens is, in the days in which we are living, there is a lot of social media platforms out there, like Facebook and all other platforms. And all these platforms, you'll find that most of them, they are free to you subscribe to them freely, like Facebook, like Instagram, Twitter, and all that. Now, people may wonder as to why with Weownomy people have to pay something. And somebody once said something very brilliant to say, if Facebook could spend maybe millions or billions to build a platform similar to the platform that they have built, and then they allow you to use the platform for free, then it means there is a way in which they are going to recover the cost that they have incurred to make to build the platform. And those costs are actually going to be, if they are giving you the platform for free, then it means you are actually going to make them money. So how are you going to make them money? This is because as we use the normal social media platforms on every day, they are configured or they are programmed in such a way that they are able to, to form an image or as to what is it that you like, what is it that you follow most of the time, what is it that you like to, you spend most of your time, even on your timeline, the sites that you visit and all that. So they study your behavior on the platform, and then at the end of the day, when they have now, built a model as to how you actually behave on the platform, what is it that you like, what is it that you do not like, and all that. And then they are able to now make the custom, they're able to direct, the adverts that actually, meet your, those adverts that after they have studied your behavior, they have studied you, what you like, then they are able to send you the adverts that actually they know that it is something that you really like. I'll make just a small example whereby you can search on your Facebook or any platform. You can search maybe for a BM or maybe a Mercedes-Benz car. And then after you have searched, maybe you've gone through several pages where people sell cars, then you'll find that tomorrow, when you get into your account, now you have so many adverts now that are talking about the cars. This is to say, the platform is actually studying the way you are using the system. What is it that you visit most of the time and all that? So they are able to know you, to know what is it that you like, and then they are able to advertise to you the things that you like. This is similar to Amazon. When you go into the Amazon and search for different options that are there, they are able to also, they are able to see what is it that you spend most of the time on, and then immediately when you go there, then you'll find the ads that are, going into the direction in which you normally go. And it's not only Amazon or Facebook. Even when you go to Netflix, I know that many people do have, that they have subscribed to that. And then if you go into platforms like that and then you watch, say, the series or action movies or whatever, then they are able to see what is it that you like, and then they are able to, put on top the movies. If you are, you like action movies, you'll find that the new action movies that are coming in, they are able to put them on top so that they can easily see them because they have actually studied you. So that is how the companies are making money, because with that data, they are able to, to actually make a lot of money from the data that you are actually providing on their platforms. So with Weownomy, what we are saying is the business model is simple. It's a user-owned social media platform. It means you own the platform. So when you spend most of your time on the platform, yes, it will study what you like and what you do not like. But at the end of the day, whatever the profits that have been made on the platform, then you are actually part of, the profits that have been made. You are able to be paid from those profits that will be made from the company. And also, as we go on with our presentation, you realize that now the company will not only be making money from the adverts, but also there are other streams whereby the company will actually be making money that will be used to pay people for using our platform. So what we are building is not only the social media, but we are actually building an ecosystem. What do we mean by an ecosystem? You'll find that an ecosystem is actually a network of applications that work together. Take, for instance, you have I'll keep making example with Facebook. You have Facebook, you have WhatsApp, you have Instagram. Those platforms, they are actually working together. You can share your status from WhatsApp, and then you can share that to Facebook. You can share something from Facebook into Instagram, because that's actually an ecosystem that they have built. So with Weownomy, we do have the ecosystem that we have built, that we're actually building. We have the Weownomy social media. we have the Weownomy Digital Bank. The website is already live. And this bank, the way it's going to operate, yes, for now it will operate in the United States. For the other continents, more especially the African continent, there is still an arrangement that will be made. But the way it's going to work is now that people will be making money on the website, when you view, maybe you watch a certain video, you like a certain post, then the algorithms that are configured in the system, they will actually determine how much you have gained. For the session that you have logged in, say you have logged into Weownomy social media for maybe 15 minutes, then at the end of that 15 minutes, when you log out, when you quit, then you'll be able to see how much you have made. So that money that you have made then can now be linked to your digital bank, and then it can now be linked maybe to Weownomy Pay. So that way we do have these platforms, they do work together, So we have that social media platform, and then we have Weownomy Chat, which is similar to WhatsApp, is launching next month. And then we have the advertising exchange. This is where now most of the money, the other platforms that I have talked about, they're actually making a lot of money from using their advertising exchanges. And then we also have our Weowns website, Weowns Coin, a digital asset that the company has launched, and it's going viral. If you have seen the press release that the CEO has just made, it's actually going viral on the internet. And then we also have the Weownomy Pay, which is launching very soon. We're just counting days, or not long ago. Not actually, you can say maybe next week or so. It should be live. And then we do have a number of applications that some of them have been completed, some of them are under development, and all these platforms, they form an ecosystem of Weownomy. This actually means that Weownomy is not just about putting in money and then you get paid, but you are actually becoming the co-owner of this big network of applications that will be saving people in different ways. The Weownomy Pay will actually be used in it has so many uses. It's similar to PayPal, where you can be able to send money across the world. You can also, it's going to be integrated again with crypto, whereby you can be able now to trade in in crypto. So we actually building a very complex system that is designed in a way that it can be there even in the next maybe 10 or even countless generations that are coming. So I try to rush quickly over the idea as to what Weownomy is, because we have realized that there are a number of people who are just coming into the company, and then when they come, they were just told that you bring your 1,000, you bring your 10,000, and then you get this much money. Without them understanding how exactly is this money you are talking about going to happen? How can somebody pay 1,000 and then they are paid over 150,000 or 200,000? How is the money actually coming? How is the company going to make that money? And then now, if you understand this ecosystem that has been built here, that is under development here, then you can now understand that this is actually going to make money. It is actually making money. And then how is this money made? And then at the end of the day, you are part of a very big company that is global, that is now growing in a way that many companies have actually struggled before. Even if we haven't launched the Weownomy website, but we have over 100,000 people who are ready to use the application as they go live. So this is actually very big. Being part of the company, being part of Weownomy is actually a blessing, and people should understand clearly what the company is and its business model, and then also whether the idea is viable. Is it something that can be there in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years? Is it structured in a way that it can actually, survive whatever the challenges that the company goes through? I I think I have tried to explain. We will do have another session next weekend, whereby we will try again to go through some of the basics, trying to understand clearly what Weownomy is, and then maybe after 4 or 5 meetings, then I think people will now clearly understand what Weownomy is. So I didn't want to take a very long time. I want to allow that Daddy Polo to come through and and take us through the presentation. Daddy Polo, let's let me just connect him, and then Daddy Polo.
Okay. Yes, Ndade, I'm connected. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Let me allow you to let me stop sharing here, and then you share from your side. You take us through the changes on the website, on all the dashboards, the Class C dashboard, the Class B dashboard, and the AEX dashboard. Please take us through those changes, and then I'll come again when we now try to address some of the commonly asked questions, and then we allow people to ask questions. You can share your screen and take us through the presentation, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, Dad.
Your volume is lower. I'm not sure if it's on my side, but try to raise your voice.
Okay, Dad, no problem. I'll try to do that. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As mentioned, I am Dipolo Peko, and I'm the IT supervisor. And today I'll be taking you through the Weownomy and the AEX dashboards. I'm trying to share my screen here. Okay. So okay. So first of all, I'll start on the Weownomy website, and I'll log in. Okay. This is the dashboard that we have for Class C shareholders. And you might realize that there are a number of changes on the website. First of all, I would like to highlight here, this section here, which shows the value of Weons. In fact, let me start here. This is the total number of shares that you have, and this is the total number of the giveaway shares that you have. These are the free shares that are given to you upon registration for Class C. And this tab here shows the total of the shares you have, meaning it's this shares plus the giveaway shares that you have. And here we have the value of 1 Weon in rands. In dollars, the value is $92.58. And on the fifth column here, we have the Weons that you will receive monthly. And please take note that when you log into your dashboard, you verify that you get these numbers are correct on your dashboard. So these are the number of Weons that you will receive on a monthly basis. And this reflects the number of Weons that have been received to date. We are aware that there are people who shared the same wallet address, and when payments were made, some people did not receive their payments, but they will still get the status. We are aware of that and we are working on that. So you should not be worried. The most important thing is just to verify that the number of weons that you'll be getting per month are correct for the class that you have purchased shares for. So this is the dashboard. These are the different counters that I have just explained. And here we have the congratulation letter. This congratulation letter, you can only be able to download the congratulation letter if you have an active account, meaning that once you have logged in, it means your account is active. The second requirement is that you have uploaded your proof of payment and you have been allocated shares and you have a certificate. So as a shareholder, it is your responsibility to ensure that your proper proof of payment is allocated, and also that your shares have been allocated properly, and you also have your certificate. If you do not have a certificate or any of these requirements that I've mentioned, then you will not be able to download your congratulations letter. So if you're getting an error, it means that there's something missing. Either you don't have the correct shares, or you don't have a certificate assigned to you, or you have not uploaded your proof of payment. So please take note, so that, because we've been receiving some tickets in the help desk where people have been complaining that they cannot download their certificates, I mean their letters. So verify that you have a proof of payment uploaded, that your shares are allocated correctly, and you have a certificate. So for this user, when you click on download, they can download their certificate and the congratulation letter. And here, this is their certificate. When they click download, they can also download their certificate. So make sure that you are able to download your certificate, you're able to download your letter, and you ensure that everything on your dashboard is set properly. So also at this point, I would also like to highlight something very important. There are a number of people whom, when it's time for payouts or time to receive weons, it's only then that they try to log into their accounts. It is very important to understand that it is your responsibility as a shareholder to ensure that your account is everything is properly allocated and everything is working fine. Because the biggest problem that we have is that when it's time for payouts to be made or weons to be allocated, it is only then that people would want to log into their dashboard. They log in, they don't understand anything that they see, everything they see on the screen, they don't understand, they get confused, they don't know what to do. You tell them upload your proof of payment, they don't know how to do that because they have abandoned their accounts. They only remember them when it's time for payouts or for weons to be allocated to different wallets. So as a shareholder, it is your responsibility to take care of your account. Make sure that your personal details are okay. Make sure that your shares are okay. You can download your certificate. It is your responsibility to take care of your account. Some shareholders have given the responsibility of their account to their upliners. I would like to highlight that it is wrong for a downliner to put the responsibility of their account to their upliner. It is very important to understand that your Weownomy account is as important as your bank account. Your bank account is private, it's confidential. The responsibility of your upliner is just to help you to get started. But the management of your account, it is your responsibility. Because many people have given the responsibility of their accounts to their upliners, most of them experience problems. Some of the problems they experience are as follows. The upliner did not have the email address of the downliner, so they ended up using one email address for multiple accounts. So the downliner does not even know that because they never log into the account. They can't even see that they can't log in. When it's time for payouts, it's only then that they try to log in and they start getting errors. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to explain that for the security of your account, the systems do not allow multiple people to use the same email address. You have to make sure that each person has their own email address. If your downliner does not have an email address, help them to register a Gmail address. It is free to register. It does not even take 10 minutes to register. The other problem that we had was when we had people claiming that they shared the same wallet, and then some did not get paid, did not receive their Weons. Ladies and gentlemen, to register a Vinly address does not take 10 minutes. Let's avoid sharing. Such things as wallet addresses, because by sharing your wallet address, you are simply saying, put my money in the account where we shared with 10 other people. And believe me, your money should be in your account so that whatever happens, whenever you have a problem or anything, we know that you're the only person who has access to the account, and you can easily get help. So I would like to emphasize this, that everyone should take responsibility to ensure that they know what is happening in their account. We stop sharing email addresses when we create accounts, and we also try to avoid sharing things such as wallet addresses. Because once we do this, they create problems because the system does not allow such things. And at the end of the day, you as the shareholder, you are the one who suffers. So let's try to make sure that we take responsibility of your accounts and we do not abandon them and remember them when it's only time for payouts. Latelo has explained how the business model is. So it means that this is a company. This is not a get rich quick scheme where you put your money and then it comes out with multiplied interest, and that's how you make money. No, this is a business. So take care of your account because this is a long-term investment, and you'd want to keep your long-term investment secure. So having said this, I've explained the dashboard. And when you come to, for those that are referring people, when you come to the referral program, I'll cover some of the things, even if they're not new features in the system, just so that people have an understanding. So for people who have just joined Weownomy, I'll try to quickly explain everything that is happening on the dashboard. So the referral program, once you refer people with your email address that you used to register, the people you referred will start to appear here. So if you have referred someone here and they do not appear under your referral list, then you can write your ticket to support. And also on the issue of writing tickets to support, when you write a ticket to get help quickly, it is very important to note that you have to clearly state your problem, and then you clearly state your names. And if you have to attach your proof of payment, please attach your proof of payment, or just provide as much detail as you can, so that the person on the other side who helps you, they just don't see a problem, but they don't know who the owner of the problem is. as it is something that we identify in the support system. Some tickets, people just write their problems. You don't know who this person is, and it becomes difficult for you to help them. So if you write your full names, your ID number, and try to attach anything that you think is important in relation to your issue, this makes it easier for the people who are helping you to give you quick assistance. And also on the issue of tickets, let's try to avoid sending multiple tickets, because it is important to understand that if sending multiple tickets with one problem, that does not increase your chances of getting help quickly, because it means that the IT team has many support members. And if you send 5 tickets, it is possible that 5 people might be working on your ticket. And you see, it creates confusion. Someone has already solved your problem. 4 other people are trying to figure out the problem, and they're logging into, they're going into the system to see the problem that you have mentioned. They don't see it. They spend a lot of time trying to figure out, and probably after 10 to 15 minutes, they realize that your issue has been resolved, and then they try to close the ticket. And during that time, they could have addressed maybe 2 or 3 other tickets, and this makes a delay in the support team um, trying to solve different, the same tickets with one problem from one person. Okay, so as I was saying here, if you do not see people that you have referred appearing under your list, write a ticket to support, stating your problems, stating your names and ID number and email address, and the details of the person you've referred who does not appear here. That way you will get help. We have the news section. This new section, when you click on these, different sections, then you can get different documents here that you can read. You can get the links to some of the meetings, important meetings that have been recorded. So you can just click on any of these to get the information that you need. So I'll also try to come to the profile. You come to your personal details. Make sure that you've properly filled in your personal details properly. Make sure that everything is okay. And once you have done that, this is the basic information that you need for your Class C dashboard. So for those people who have been complaining that they do not have access to the system, the important thing to understand is this: the system does not change your passwords. If you have forgotten your password, I'll try to make a quick demonstration here. You come in to log in, and then you click forgot password, and then you type your email address, and then you click send password reset link. Oh, it seems that we have a problem here. I think this might be caused by the recent updates that we've made, but the IT team will work on it. But once you've clicked here, you should get an email sent to your email address. And then from there, you can follow the link in the email address and get help to reset your password. So it looks like the recent updates that we've made have affected this, but we'll try to resolve it and have it fixed as soon as possible. But in the meantime, if you struggle or you want to reset immediately before this is fixed, you can always send a ticket or communicate with the support team on the live chat. So, okay, the live chat. once you come to the Weownomy members website, you click here, chat with us. This, you click here, and then you can start typing your message or your problem here, and then the support team will help you and get back to you. So on the same thing applies. When you state your problem, try to give as much information as possible, the problem, your full names, and your ID number or your email address. That way, it would be easier for you to get help. So in the meantime, if you want to reset a password and we have not fixed the password reset issue, just come here and you can get help. So allow me to come to the AEX account. Let me do this. Okay. So for the AEX members, the same thing applies. If you forgot your password, you come to I forgot my password, you type in your email address and you click send password reset link. Okay, so this one works on this side. Let me come here. Okay. Okay, let me quickly try to put in the login details here for this email address. I just want to make a demonstration because some people seem to have had problems trying to do this.
Okay, while you are trying to access the email, I've just made the developers aware that the password reset on the Weownomy is not working, so they will do that as soon as possible. There are a number of things that I think we should also cover, more especially on the, making our shareholders understand the importance of managing their dashboards and making sure that they do have access to them. There has been a number of complaints about downliners who were saying they trusted somebody with their money, somebody claiming to be their upliner. They gave those people money with the promise that they will be they will be able to get assistance in terms of you give somebody money to say they will pay on your behalf, and then you don't make a follow-up. You don't make a follow-up as to whether they have made the payment, and only when now we are dealing with the payouts and the letters and the stuff, then it's only then that people are coming and saying we have paid, we have given somebody our money, and now they have disappeared. So it's actually causing a lot of problems. So I'm just trying to make our people aware that in the case there is nobody who is out there who is assigned to take people's money and pay for them. That one, you do it at your own risk. It is not the responsibility of the company. The company cannot be held accountable for somebody who took your money and then disappear. Because for us to make a payment, okay, Naripo, let me allow you to finish up this one, and then I cover the how people can actually make payment. Please take us through this one.
Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So as we've tried, we have made, we have reset the password here. We have this email in our mailbox, and when you click on this email, it will give you a link. When you click on this, you'll be required to put in your email, and then you put in your new password. So this is how you reset your password. So for AEX members, there was a confusion. Many people were given AEX AEX email addresses. So because of neglecting the accounts for a very long time, they ended up being confused between the passwords they use to access their email addresses and the passwords they use to access their dashboards. So to access um, your email address, your EX email address, you type in webmail.aex South Africa ltd.co.za, and then you come here, webmail.aex South Africa ltd.co.za. You put in your email address, and then you put in the password for your email address. The password for your email address is not the same password as your AEX dashboard password. There are two different passwords. So don't confuse them. In a case where you don't remember your AEX password, just write to support, and then we'll help you to reset this password for your email, so that when you try to reset, you can access your email address. Okay, so having done this, allow me to come back and log in. Okay, so the same would apply for your AEX, for those who have AEX dashboards. The important thing is to download your letter. You should have a certificate. You should also have your upload your proof of payment. All those requirements that I've mentioned, they should be met so that you could be able to download your letter. So you can also come here, for those who want to download that certificate, come here and download your certificate. So for the sake of time, allow me to quickly go through this, because it's not very different from the Class C dashboard. We have the news section. This is where we get the different news, and then having come here, you can come to your profile. You can update your personal details, your KYC, upload your documents, and then you come to here. You can also change your password, and for Class B, you can also add your beneficiaries here, manage them here. Yes, and also create new beneficiaries and update the ones that you already have. So we agreed that at 9 would open for another session. So please let me allow you to quickly go over the payments, because that is what most people are also struggling on. And then the things we did not cover here, I think we can cover them maybe in the next session, if we do not have time in this session.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Dipuno. And okay, what I wanted to go through very quickly before we allow people to ask questions is we have okay, let me do this. We have quite a number of people who are complaining about the people who disappeared with their money. And to make a payment using the crypto is very easy. It's something that I know many people, they have crypto, I don't know what you call it, cryptophobia. they are afraid of the word crypto. So even if it's simple, it's easy to do, people sometimes, they say it's complex, but indeed, actually, it is very, very simple. We have made it in a very simpler way. And again, I think I should mention again that we had the BTC address that was shared by the CEO, and it is still here. I have to remove it actually. This one, the one where initially before we put this packages here, we were using this address, and many people are continuing to use this address instead of paying through these options that we have here. And I want to say, as of today, this will be removed, and we highly discourage people from using this address for their payments, because the one that we have implemented here is easier to create the invoices for you, where we can give you the proper proof of payment. When I say proper proof of payment, I mean something like this. Let me just share it so that people can see. It's a proof of payment that will show the type of package that you have purchased, the amount that you have paid, your name and your email. So with the other address that, yes, we did mention that people can use that, but now that we have made a better way of making and managing the payments, we now say, please, let's stop using that address and now use these options that we have here, because we'll be able to trace your payment, we'll be able to create an invoice for you. If actually the system will send you a confirmation after you have made the payment. You don't need to just screenshot your, if you have paid using maybe Altcoin or any other platform, you don't have to screenshot that. The system will send you a confirmation with all the details that will help my team on the other side to verify your payment. And it will also give you something we call the order number. That order number we can be able to trace your payment, even if maybe you got your email wrong or whatever. If you have paid through this platform, through this option that we have here, the Coinbase one, then we are able to assist you. Even in the case of a refund where you have underpaid or you have overpaid, we are able to handle that. So please, let's use these options that we have here. And they're very easy to use, because once you come here, you can provide your, your names. And then after providing your names, you provide your email, and then you continue to pay out. And then when you get here, it will depend. If you have a Coinbase address, you can pay with the Coinbase. If you have the Bitcoin, you can pay with Bitcoin. We have different assets here that we can, the crypto assets that we can use. And then you can come, let's say, come to Bitcoin. Then you have the amount you are supposed to pay, and then the BT address where you have to send the money to. And take note of the time here, that your transaction should be completed within this time here. So you copy this, and then after you copy, you can go into, if you are having your Bitcoin in in the altcoin trader, you can log in and then go to withdraw, and then go to crypto, and then you choose Bitcoin, and then now you paste the address that you have just copied. And then after that, now you copy the amount, and then make sure that when you get there, it will show you how much tokens are going to be received on the other side when they deduct the charges. So you make sure that you actually receive this amount as it appears here, and then you complete the process. If you have just done that, then the system, yes, it will take some time to confirm. It will wait for some time to confirm your transaction, and once the transaction is confirmed, it will respond to you to say the transaction was confirmed, and then it will send you the confirmation. So this is very easy to use. You can come to this platform like Altcoin Trader or Luno. You can register here. They don't really need many things. You can create your account here. And then after creating your account, you go into the KYC section, just complete the KYC. After completing the KYC, you can be able to deposit. When you go to deposit, they will give you the banking details where you can send the money to with the reference. You simply, if you want to buy the Class C shares, you simply send enough money to cover the Class C shares to that bank account using the reference that they have provided. And after they have verified your deposit, then it will reflect in your account. Once it reflects in your account, then you come to our platform. You follow the steps that I've just shown. You copy the address, you copy the amount, you go into your platform, then you make an withdrawal, and then you are done. So this simply means we don't have a reason for people who are saying we have given somebody our money and then they have disappeared. This is easy. It's something that you can do by yourself to avoid those cases where now people are taking advantage out there. They are going around saying they can pay for people. Others are even charging. I've learned lately that there are people who are charging to say, I can pay on your behalf, but you have to top up with 200 or so. So that is something that the company does not associate with. It's what people are doing on their own, and we really discourage that. We don't charge people for assisting them to become Weownomy co-owners. We have tried to stick to the time that we promised. There are a number of other commonly asked questions that people are asking almost on a daily basis. Also on the issue of the login that you just touched in Polo, there are a number of things that I think our shareholders should be aware of. In the case where you try to log in, more especially if it's your first time logging in, then you get the error message that credentials do not match our records. There are two possibilities here. The first one is if your email is correct, then the password is incorrect. Secondly, sometimes you'll find that the password is correct, but the email is incorrect. So for people to verify the email that they have registered with, you can simply come to the track certificate feature here, enter your ID. And then after putting in your ID, then you'll be able to see the account email. This account email here is the email that you must use to log in into the system. So even if it is wrong, maybe, oh no, I'm using, my apologies that I didn't say I'm using your account here. Even in the case where you have got it wrong, then you can write to the IT team. They can be able to rectify it. But you can now simply copy the email as it is and then go to login. Then you will be able to log in with that incorrect email. But then you can reach out to the IT team to correct the email. Now, there is also a case where somebody, they are not registered actually. They try to log in without actually registering. So if you go into the track certificate and the system cannot find you, you get the error that we cannot find the ID, then it means you have not been registered. I know there are people who attempted to register and they were getting unsuccessfully registered error. There are a number of reasons why that can happen. So make sure that you come to this part, you track your certificate, then you get that information, you get the email, then you can follow the password reset procedure that Ndadedi has shown. This one is, they are attending to it now, the password reset on the Weownomy platform. It will be able to work quickly. And also our IT team, they can be able to reset the password on your behalf in the case where you are maybe struggling. Although that we do not encourage, but they do have, they can actually change the password on the admin side on your behalf. I think we have reached the time where we promised that we will be allowing shareholders to to ask questions. And also, before I allow people to ask questions, there are people who are using, they are taking advantage. They use the same proof of payment, for a number of accounts. You find that 5 people are using the same proof of payment. They have uploaded the same proof of payment, and although the CEO or the board hasn't made a decision on that, but we have been warning people a number of times about that practice. And I think if that continue to happen, we'll have to take actions. We'll actually block those accounts so that people can know that we are not here to we don't allow people who take chances. We are able to trace those things. We are using, we have technologies that can detect, similar documents. So even if maybe 2 or 3 people succeeded on that, it doesn't mean everybody will succeed. At the end of the day, we will catch those people who are using the same proof of payment. Okay. Thank you very much. I know we have rushed over our presentation, and there might be things which are not clear here and there, and we are going to allow you to ask questions. So now, the questions that we are expecting here is if you have a problem with your certificate, you log in with the shares, with the upgrade, with those questions that require us to go into the back office and correct them. Please reach out to the IT team through the channels that we provided, being the live chat. You can simply, and also there's another important thing here. When you go into the live chat, this one, there's a configured, auto responses here, whereby people, instead of following the guide that has been provided, they simply ignore that and go ahead to ask, questions that are already attended to. Even if when you go into the help desk, you'll find that most of the questions that people are writing tickets about, some of them we have tried to, to explain them here, but people just ignore and then go into the system to, to create a ticket about something that has already been answered. So please, let's try to look out for the knowledge base on the support system, and also on the live chat. There is an automated responses there that can help you. And at the end of the day, when you can't still find the solution, then you can now reach out to the operator who can respond to you. Okay, let me not take a long time, and then allow people to ask questions. And then, like I said, the meeting will be strictly, the Q&A session will be strictly 1 hour. So that way we are able to rest, and then tomorrow we do have an important presentation from the CEO. So I don't want to take a long time, and then people are tired and they cannot attend that practice. Okay, thank you very much. That is a boy. Can ask a question, sir?
That is good. Evening, Daddy.
Evening.
Thank you very much for your time. I just have one question that will point the direction that we are taking. Some of us received Weowns with the use of different tools, the likes of self-key and Vengli. I just needed to understand, now that we are going to use Weownomy Pay, what is going to happen with those Weowns once the Weown Pay is going live? That's my question.
Okay, yeah, that is very important question. Thank you very much. Uh, okay, can you please okay. Can you please allow me to respond to this one first, and then we'll allow you to ask a question. Okay, that is a point. Yes, like I said, this is a very important question. That what is going to happen is this: we have people who received WIONs on the Venly address, those who received on the self key, others even received it on their pay bido and stuff. So you realize, I don't know if some people have tested that, if you attempt to send those WIONs to another address, you should have Ether. You should have Ether in your wallet to cover for the charges. So the more tokens you send, then you see that the cost goes higher. So it was decided then that, okay, now when Weownomy Pay goes live, it will have everybody who create an account in the Weownomy Pay, they will automatically be assigned the Ether address. This Ether address is the one where your tokens will be sent to. And then instead of saying people who received their tokens should send those tokens into Weownomy Pay on the first month, we should understand that this is on the first month. Instead of saying people should send their WIONs from Venly or from Self-Key to Weownomy Pay, due to the high costs of sending from Venly or from Self-Key, then the company decided that, okay, after Weownomy Pay goes live, we'll be having everybody will be assigned the Ethereum address. Then the company will send the tokens to every account in the Weownomy Pay for the 30,000 plus or minus, because we are not minus, we are more than 30,000. I'm aware, around 35,000 maybe. You will be given a new set of tokens that you'll be able to swap, and then now after swapping those, then you will have money now, which you can convert into crypto, say into Ether, and then now with that Ether that you have, you can now finance the charges on the Venly or on the self key. Then you can send some Ether from your Weownomy Pay into your Venly address, into your Venly account, into your self-key account, and then send those WIONs back into Weownomy Pay, where you can be able to now swap them and turn them into fiat. So that is how meaning that for the first month, we don't expect people to use those tokens that they have. Yes, after you have received the set of tokens that will be sent to Weownomy Pay, and then you have converted them, you have swapped them, and now you have money to buy Ether that can be able to sponsor the charges on the Venly or on the self key. Then that one you can do. But for the people who haven't received, I know they will say now, those who were who received the first batch of tokens, now they will have an advantage. They have another set on the side. We are aware of that, and they will be compensated accordingly. If you didn't receive tokens on the first round of airdrops, and then now we send people another batch of airdrops of WIONs. Now others still have the WIONs. That will be taken care of. You will still be given those tokens that you were supposed to get on the first round of airdrops. Just like that. I think I've tried to, maybe I have gone too much, but I have tried to explain that. Can I take another question or a follow-up question on that? We have yes, yes, ma'am.
Ke na le account ya sekolo sa ka mona ha e sale ke dula ke ngolla ticket la ke sa tsebe hantle ho tsamaya gona ke tsamaya ka tsela difeng, empa ke le ka ngola how password ke yona e nang le bothata hore ke ye ka back office. Ha ke tsebe na ho etsetse jwang, mara ke le email ke le ka e tjhentjha ya ba hantle, password ke yona bothata hona jwale.
Yeah, on that, on questions like that, I did say we have the team on a standby. If you can try to talk to them now, they can be able to assist. They can actually reset the password on your behalf. It's something they can do now. You can just go to the live chat, talk to the team there, give them the email and the details of the person who requests. Since I'm aware that the password reset is not working, you can talk to the team right now. They can be able to reset your password and give you the password that you can use.
Thank you, Daddy.
Thank you. Can I take another question? We have. Okay, can I take another question, please?
Unmute. Ntate Letebele, I've got a problem. Every time we're gonna go profile to fix the personal details, especially for the ID numbers. Sometimes you make a mistake of getting one digit wrong. The system whoops, something went wrong. It's been 3 weeks now. I've been trying to fix this. Nothing is happening. What is the problem?
But what would you wait? Take us out. Oh, get to
Ntate Letebele,
Yes, I'm trying to find where the noise is coming from. Okay. Apologies for that. Memory didn't mute her mic. Okay. I just wanted to check that. Which platform are you saying you are unable to update the personal details? Is it on the Weownomy?
When I go into the profile to fix the personal details,
which class is it?
Class C, on class C.
On class C.
Yes. Every time I go into edit and then go to the ID number. And then when I try to fix the wrong number, it says, I go to save and then it says, whoops. Something went wrong or something, that message of whoops.
I think this one is a general question. Let me just try to.
And now it's a problem because when we have to query the certificates, we can't because IT says there's a problem with your ID. I can't change it for you. You must change it on the profile. And that delays getting the certificates. And people are already rejoicing with letters. We don't have letters because of the certificates.
Okay. Okay. But this one is working here when you do the updates on your personal details.
Even now, I'm trying as you speak. It says whoops. Right now, I can't even log in. That yellow login block is gone. Maybe they're working on the system.
Okay. I think for that one, please try to reach the IT team here. They can look into that. If you are having the problem updating the ID by yourself, you can give it to them. They can be able to do it on their back office.
Sure, I'll try again. I've been doing that for like 3 weeks now, but they just can't.
No, for now, since they are still here, they are listening. They will do it.
Okay.
Yes, they will be able to assist you.
Okay, thank you, Dad.
Okay, so
hello, Ndadele.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, that I can hear you.
Yes. Send my greetings to our lovely CEO for the great job that he's doing for us. I know you don't have time, but I do have one question regarding the upgrading of our classes. Because since I'm in class C, so I wanted to upgrade to the other classes. So how are we going to do it through our Weownomy Pay when our Weownomy Pay has been launched? Are you going to give us some demonstrations like you have given the demonstrations now? If one wants to pay or make payments through Bitcoins, are we going to have something like that so that we can see, or is going to be a user-friendly payments through Weownomy Pay?
Okay. Okay. Is that all? Is it the only question that you have?
That was the only question which I have and the little for now.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, I've got this question from a number of people saying they want to use their Weons to make a payment to upgrade. So now that after we have completed some of the the due diligence on the Weons side, it will be the Weons. It will be no, it will be listed here. We will have an option to, when you upgrade, say you are at class C and then you want to upgrade to class B, and then you can be able to do the upgrade. You'll be able to use your Weons. When you let me just make an example here. Just quickly. When you get to this point here, where we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, will be able to have the Weons. Then you can be able to choose to say, now I want to pay with Weons, and then you go into the Weownomy Pay to complete the transaction, just like with the Bitcoin, where you go into the platform where you have the Bitcoins to complete the transaction. So with the Weons, you will also have to copy these addresses, go into your Weownomy Pay, and then do the payment using the Weons. And also, in the meantime, while we haven't get the approval, because now we'll have to request the approval for for Weons to be listed on Coinbase. What you can do if you want to upgrade with the funds that you have in the Weownomy Pay, you can buy, say, if you buy Ethereum or you buy Bitcoin, and then you come to the platform here, you follow the procedure. When you get to the point where you copy the Bitcoin address and the amount, you copy that, you go into Weownomy Pay, and then you send that payment, similar to what we are doing with Altcoin or Luno or any other platform that people are using to store their crypto. So this one, it will be in a wallet that you can be able to send and receive crypto and send and receive fiat amount, as in dollars, just like just that I will not go into it for now. I do have access into Weownomy Pay, but they are still working on it. So until they have allowed us to go into it, please allow me not to get into it now.
Okay.
No,
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's keep this time for the others. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Can I have another question?
Hello, Tebele. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah. Yes. That might be.
Can you hear me, Tebele?
Yes, I can hear you. Oh, my
yes.
sorry.
First of all, let me commend you for answering that problem, particularly with people who are registered under Weownomy, who, whenever sometimes they try to log into the system, they say system the login parameters don't match. Then the next thing, you try to say forgot password, it says, oops, there's an error here. Now I think you've answered it, because that was this message. If this message can, if you can take care of these things, I think the problem that I have will be resolved, because I'll be able to solve that from the Weownomy side. I've registered under EEX. I don't have a problem with that, but my downline, whom I have registered that, the office was able to operate initially, but later on, it just say, I just couldn't access it, even up to now. Every time I say forgot password, it says, oops, forgot article. There's an error here. There's an error here. And the person, I'm sure right now, she's so worried that she doesn't know whether she's received some congratulatory letters or what. I don't know. Or what. Yeah. But also, I want to thank.
So,
I also want to, give a message of congratulations to your team and our CEO. You're really doing a good job, for what you are doing. I mean, there's bound to be a lot of teething problems, but I'm sure with repetitive, what do you call it, sessions, if you keep on repeating these same things that we're saying today, a lot of people will catch up and these problems will fade away. Thank you.
thank you very much, Nate. Yes, I'm trying to follow up with the team here on the issue of resolving this password reset here. I'll just I think it will be resolved even before the end of this meeting. Okay, I was saying another thing that I'm thinking, which we will do, is the letters, the congratulatory letters that are on the dashboards. We can also make them downloadable on the track certificate here. Just like you can be able to download your certificate, then we can also put a button to download the letter. That will help people who are struggling to log in, maybe for a number of reasons. But if they have their certificates ready and they have, as Nadedi Polo has mentioned, that their accounts are active and they have their certificates ready, then they can be able to download the letters. I think another thing on the letters is the letters you can be able to download the letter. Everybody can do, but the only if your certificate is not ready or your account is not active, then the letter will show an error. It can be downloaded, but it will show an error that there is an issue with your certificate. So people who are getting that, they should make sure that they have uploaded the proof of payments on their dashboards, so that the IT team on the other side, they can be able to to activate your certificate, because once the account is active and the certificate is active, then the letter should be able to have the content similar to what everybody is receiving. Thank you very much, Nate, for the question, and I think we should take more questions. We have until 10 to cover everything, and then at 10 we will have to close this meeting to allow everybody to rest, so that tomorrow we can also have the meeting with the CEO. And also note that, like I said at the start of the meeting, tomorrow we will not be responding to the questions directed to the IT team. We'll be responding to the questions that are about the presentation that the CEO has made. So this is your opportunity to ask the questions that you have, and then you have the team here that will be able to assist. Can I please have another question?
Hello,
Hello, ma, how are you?
Thank you so much for arranging this session for us. It will indeed help and reduce the time, the main meeting. My question, I've got two of them. The first one is in regard to the AEX website. I'm also one of them, including my other downliners. They are having a challenge of understanding, because they have the Class B and also the Class C shares. And when the guy who was presenting, he didn't explain in detail we owns, when is it going to be updated, because there's no letters for the Class B that has been shared. Then the second question, it's in regard to the query that we have already sent. I've sent it to the team of fixing the ID numbers. I just wanted to find out if they would be able to do it still now and respond to us, or when are they going to do it?
Yes, on the first question about the AEX shareholders, the letters are downloadable from the dashboard. What I have just realized is that the changes about the WEONs to be received monthly or the WEONs received to date, that one has not been implemented on the AEX website, and it will be updated. Now for the Class D people, their letters will come. At first, there were letters that were assigned to the Class D shareholders, but now the problem was some of them were having errors, but also since the payments for the Class D are coming in November, after the 30,000 people or 30,000 plus have been paid, at the time when the Class D payments start, then they will have those letters. So for them now, I don't think they should be concerned if they don't see the letters on their dashboards as yet. At the time
I'm
when
talking about the Class B shares
B
on
or D.
AEX. B for Berry.
Or on the AEX, like I said, the letters are there. They can be able to download.
Or is it now updated? Because when we checked, it was not appearing.
On the AEX, let me just do this.
Because even with the presentation that was done now, it was not showing the WEONs. It was only the number of shares that are allocated.
On the letter there, it's actually loading. Let me on the AEX website. Let me just check that.
Hi.
Okay, that one I actually tested. It's just that now the system wants to misbehave, but the letters are downloadable. They are showing the number of WEONs you receive. It's just that on the dashboard, we haven't. Okay, this is the dashboard for Class B. So on the AEX site, when you go on the letter here and then you download the letter actually shows the number of WEONs that you will receive. You'll see that what we haven't done, which I have just acknowledged now, is we haven't updated the dashboard to show those WEONs people are going to receive monthly. But this one, it talks about the number of WEONs that you receive here, similar to what the Weownomy shareholders are receiving. It's exactly the same letter. It will only differ depending on the number of shares that you have here.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. No,
So
I will check
what we haven't updated is we will have to remove this, maybe to show the number of tokens that you receive monthly, and also to show the tokens that you have received already. So those two changes we'll be able to do them and update them. But the letter is showing the correct information.
Okay. No, thank you so much. And then just one last question. The ones that have registered a week or 2 weeks ago on Class C, will they still also qualify to get their congratulatory letters, or how is it going to work? because I've got 2 people that have registered on Class C, but they haven't received their congratulation letters.
Okay, let me. Okay, the question is, there are people who registered a few weeks back and they haven't received their letters.
Yes.
And the question is whether they will be able to, the only determining factors for one to get the letter is the account should be active and the certificate should be ready. And the only time the certificate will be ready is when we have verified the proof of payment. So if anybody is having challenge getting their letters, then they should check those 2, the account. But if you can log into the account, it means the account is active. Now, the other question would be, are you able to see your certificate? Are you able to download your certificate on your dashboard? If the certificate is downloadable from your dashboard, then you should be able to get the letter without any problem.
Hello.
Is the question
Good
answered?
evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello,
Good evening. Yes, I think I'm coming for the 3rd time now to you and hoping that maybe tonight this will be the last time. 2 weeks back, I presented my case again on you to say there is this a company that we registered on class or on class B, AEEX, which can't open. I gave you all the names and the emails, but to date, there's nothing. I was just following that the Peku as you was just directing us as to how to reset the password. But unfortunately, that the Peku didn't go to the last step where you reset exactly. You set the you put the email and the password and you confirm it and you submit. Because immediately when I'm doing that and submit, it says, "Oops, something looks like something went wrong." So I can't go. Definitely. When I put the email, it sent the link exactly to my email. But when resetting it, the last step, it kicks out. So
Okay.
I really don't know. And
Okay.
again, in that, yes, I'm sorry. Again, on that, the Peku has just indicated that the class B share people used to get the AEEX email. I've registered 2 people, and that account is the 3rd one. We didn't receive the AEEX email. And then with the other 2, they're operating very well. They're logging in and out, and they received their letters. There's nothing wrong with them. Only this one has a problem.
Okay. On the AEX, as you have just said, yes, we didn't go through the last step, and if there is that error, like I said, I have all of my team, both the support and the developers, to test that, and we'll make sure that I do make a promise that those password resets will be fixed. Just that I didn't test before the meeting here. I was thinking everything was okay. Since the last time I checked, they were okay. And also I think the other factors that are affecting the password reset, you will find that many people they reset when many people are resetting the password at the same time. When our email servers, the way they operate, if there is the server is sending so many messages at a certain within a short time, our server sometimes it gets suspended. This they regard it as the spam or a junk. So you find that when many people are doing that at the same time, we get that situation where the server, the mail server is suspended because they regard it as a spam or something. So that is some of the factors that affect the password reset thing, because we rely on the email for it. But also what we are doing to attend to the issue of the AEX, more especially the trust and the companies. I have so many queries about people who are failing to log into their accounts, more especially on the trust, the companies and the associations. So similar to what we have done in Weownomy, where we can be able to reset the password from the back office on your behalf, and then we give you the password. Since the trust and the companies and the associations, there are not many. I don't think they even exceed 20 or so. So for them, we will be able to manually reset the password from the back office, and then send you the password that you can use to log in. So we will do that. We will send. Well, what we will do is we will send those passwords to the emails that are registered. If you have an account, we'll send you the password to that email that we have registered with. So I apologize that it's now the third time that you report the same issue, and it has not been resolved until now. But we are working on that to make sure that we can be able to reset the password on your behalf from the admin back office.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. And just a follow-up question on that. Should it happen, I trust that maybe it will be resolved. But should it happen that it prolonged and then the Weownomy Pay website is up and running, will I be able maybe to register on the Weownomy Pay for this account that I couldn't, maybe at that time I won't be able to open? Will it not give me maybe a challenge on that?
No, that will not affect your chances or your ability to register in the Weownomy Pay. Even the approval on the Weownomy Pay, it won't be affected since your account is already verified. It's just that you cannot log in, but it has been verified and approved. So you'll be able to register, and when the tokens are sent, you'll also receive the tokens on behalf of the company.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good evening. Good evening, Tatelete.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good.
Let me appreciate the presentation. It was very good, and I think it was informative. I have registered for Class B and C, and I've received the shares only for Class B, the share certificate only for Class B, but not the share certificate, I'm sorry, the shares only for the letter for only Class B. My Class C is not included, so I want to know what should I do?
Okay.
Because it was said that the IT will update, we should not worry, but now it's taking too long.
Yes, I know. What happened on that? I'm aware that the Class B people who have the Class C, their letters are only talking about Class B. We had a challenge, if you were aware, that the systems went down, and we now had to do quite a number of things. That one we will be able to update. I've actually done it already, but we were testing. We'll be able to push it live probably tomorrow. On the same letter, we are not going to make we are not going to make two letters, the one for Class C and the one for Class B, but we are going to put the tokens together on the same letter that you are able to download on your dashboard.
So it means you are going to send a new letter.
And once the system is updated, you can simply download the letter again, and then it will show. We'll make an announcement once we have pushed that update on the live system. It's just that
For BNC.
we have realized that it's better if after making the changes, we test offline first before we push them. We don't rush to push them online only to find their errors, and now people get confused. So we have now tried to make the offline test, and then when everything is okay, we have tested, then we can push it on the live system. So I promise that tomorrow that issue will be resolved, and you'll be able to get the letter that shows both classes, the class C and the class B.
So where are we going from?
The very same on your back office where you download the first letter. You simply, at the time when we announce that the change has been effected, you can download the letter again. It will show that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, Mle. How are you?
I'm okay. I've got a question for one of my downliners. They are still learning how to use the cryptocurrency, and they have registered but would prefer to pay the money into the bank account. Do you still allow people to pay the money directly into the bank?
We have actually gone almost 100% to crypto. We are no longer accepting deposits into the bank accounts, not unless you are using, unless you are sending to the US bank account, but that one is much expensive. But if you are sending to the US bank account, that you can still do, but it's much expensive than when you do the crypto way. But as for the FNB account and the standard Lesotho bank account, those ones, they are no longer accepting deposits from people.
Okay, thank you so much.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Tatel Tebel. And Tatel Tebel. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have two questions. First is about the first Bitcoin wallet address that we're using to pay. I've heard that you say that some people have used one proof of payment in a couple of accounts, which is I have paid for my downliners like in bulk using that our wallet address when we were using before. And I was downloading when I pay, if I pay for 6 people, then I was downloading like to 6 people. It will be, is it that gonna be a problem, or the company will refund the money that is extra that I paid so that I can start paying them individually? And the second question is about the payment of updating the shares on the back office. I have a couple of downliners, even from people that use that time we're using the bank account to pay, which is they will pay 3,000. Even now they are still allocated with 1,000 shares. And with this new crypto that we are using, this new section of paying, I have paid for people also with that one. Every time when I try to, because I asked you the last time, you said that I must go to the back office and went to the message that say upgrade and right there. I did that, but every time when you're supposed to send it, people say that, oops, something went wrong.
When you try to request upgrade.
Yes, top up, like it's top up if somebody have 1,000 shares and then pay another one on top to top it up. When you try to request that, it keep on saying, oops, something went wrong.
Okay, let me just, okay. The first question was about where you have made a payment for maybe you have paid for maybe 5 people in one transaction.
Yes.
And then these people upload the same proof of payment on their account.
Yes.
Yeah, we in cases like that one, we are able to see if it has been explained that you have paid for these people. We are able to see that, okay, this amount that is paid here is for 5 accounts, or maybe for 2 or for 3 accounts. But the case I was talking about was it will be $72 that is for 1 account, but then you see the same proof of payment in 5 different accounts.
Okay.
Then that way we are saying that that one is a problem. But in the case where you have paid for 5 people, and then and then you are saying now these 5 people upload that proof of payment, then that one is acceptable. But now that we have divided these options here, we encourage that you do them. We do them one by one, just so that they have their names and their emails. When you get to the section where it requires their email, the name and the email, do not use your name and the email. Use the names and the email of the person you are paying for. That way, it will be easy for everyone to have a proof of payment on that is showing their names and their email address. This one is working here. Let me try the class C. The request,
I understand.
but it's like it's working. Let me just try the. And now, which were you trying to request upgrade
On
from?
class C.
On the class C.
Class C, yes.
Okay, let me just test and see. It's going through. Maybe what you should do is make sure that you don't leave. Maybe if you just come here and then provide the details, you don't leave this one blank, because if it is blank, then it cannot submit.
Okay, I'll try it again. Okay.
Yes, but it's like it's working. Maybe you'll try it again, because this one is the easiest. If you do make a request here, they are able to see it on their side, on the other side immediately, and they can be able to assist.
Okay, I'll do it again.
Okay, thank you very much. Can I take another question?
Hello, Ndebele.
Hello, how are you?
Good,
I'm
sir.
okay. How are you? Ndebele.
Amelia?
Ndebele.
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm okay. Ndebele. Now I don't know how to. You remember Hadio? Still that problem. Now I don't know with how to solve it. Now I'm really tired also. I don't know what to do. It's still saying, oops, something went wrong when she tried to log in her back office, in her dashboard.
This one I remember very well, and I even checked all the possibilities, and surprisingly, everything seemed to be okay. Just wondering why, but then I think let me just what I should do. Let me write to the developers.
Did you tell her that?
So that they can.
Are you telling the truth? Your mommy.
Very little noise there.
Okay. Amelia, I'm just passing the issue to the development team. They will be able to trace the error where it is coming from, because on the back office, when I checked, everything seemed to be okay. They will be able
Funny
to.
enough, when I try to log in her dashboard, it will say that whoops, something went wrong. But you will see that it seems that I'm in, but it doesn't show that dashboard. Doesn't show that dashboard, and that yellow, that login, it will disappear for a day, because when you log in
that login button, since when you try to log in, when it shows that error message, the session has started. So in order for you to log out and then log in with another account, you can. Hey, this one will require. Can you please write on the live chat? They will send your message to me, and then I can. This one I think it will require one-on-one kind of assistance, because please write on the live chat. When my team there, they will assign me your message, and then I'll be able to get some information. I'll try to log in myself and then see, and then we can be able to trace the error, because now what I did was I was just checking if everything is okay without attempting to log in. But when I attempt to log in myself, then I can be able to trace and see where the problem is.
Okay, and my next question is, my son, I did use the time that we get the airdrops, I did send, in my back office of my son, I put my
your address.
My address. Then I only received my token, but he didn't receive his token. But on her back office, on her dashboard, he said he's been paid, but he didn't get paid, because if he's been paid, it will be double in my self-key wallet.
Okay, I know that one I explained that for people who shared their address at a time when we were synchronizing or reconciling the tokens, you'll find that if 5 people used the same address and then they received, say, 1,000 tokens, it will show that all of these 5 people, they have received 1,000 tokens. Even if they only received 200, it will show that 200 for all of them. But that error, that problem, we are attending to it, and it will soon be, just that it's a big number. It's a very big file that we have to make sure that we check it thoroughly, and then when we put it live, then we are able to rectify that error. So please, let's not worry much about that one. It is still being attended to, and immediately when we have reconciled correctly, we will push it live, and then it will show. For the people who were really paid, it will show the correct number of tokens that they received.
Okay, thank you, Ntebele. It's all from me.
Thank you so much. Can I have another question?
Hello,
hello. Good evening, Nat. How are you?
I'm good, sir.
Mr. Ntebele, how are you?
Yes, you have explained extensively about the issue of certificates not ready.
Hello.
So, yes, I did proof of payment on the accounts, but 4 of them, they still have a certificate not ready.
Naresh Tembiso, can I please take the first question and then you'll follow?
Yes, sir. Yes, I was asking if there could be any help, because I have approved payments on the account, but is the now the account certificate is not ready.
You have uploaded the proof of payment, but you haven't. The certificate status is still not ready.
Yes.
Okay, I know that one. Just allow me by the end of this meeting, it will be fixed. It's just that we do run those checks, so sometimes there are some little delays due to a lot of work we are doing. But I'll check for the people who uploaded their proof of payments. I'll just run a query that will be able to validate those payments and then activate the certificates accordingly. If that is the only question that they let me allow Nadesi Tembiso to ask his question.
Good evening,
Good evening, Mr. Tebe. Good evening, Mr. Tebe.
Yes, yes, Nadesi Tembiso.
Oh, okay. Happy. Thank you for allowing me to ask here, and thanks for the presentation, Mr. Peko Head. My question is not about the question per se, so to say, because I think on the dashboard where it says the profile, as you should have went down to where we change our passwords, because we were assisted by our upliners, and at the same time the upliners had our credentials. So then after them assisting us, they told us we need to change our passwords. So that is where the problem came, that we cannot log in because our credentials are unknown by the system. So I'm asking if they can develop, maybe, I think it's all about the system development, because it wasn't that we've lost our passwords or we've inserted wrong emails, but it was after we thought that we can change our passwords from within the system. So I don't know if that is going, he will understand what I'm trying to ask, because I think it was the system. Please do assist with the change of passwords, because it's only that created a problem.
Okay, let me maybe I want to understand what you're saying. Are you saying the upliners helped you to create? They created an account for you.
Yes.
And then they gave you the credentials, and then you want to change those credentials. And
we were at,
the password.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the password you can change on the dashboard. When you go to the profile, there's change password button, option there where you can where you can now put in the old password and then put in the new password.
What I'm saying is that is what created the problem of the system not maybe rectifying our credentials, because we changed the passwords. Then when you said it confirmed, then when we tried to re-log in, the system told us that it does not know our credentials.
Oh, okay. Now I think I understand. But okay, maybe I'll have to test that one. But if you have changed your password and it confirmed that the password was changed successfully, then it means when you log in, you'll have to log in with the new password that we have created and not the one that was given to you. So if the new one is not working, you can try the old one. If they are both not working, then it means there's a problem, which will now require the intervention of the IT team to look into where the problem is.
Yeah, because that's also what I was trying to say. Because if where you said we can reset our passwords, it showed the oops message as you have shown, as you have seen. When you try to,
we will try that one. It's just that it's taking a bit longer, but they will check it. They will be able to attend to it, and then it should be working. People should be able to reset their passwords. We will make sure that we rectify that error. We fix that error, and then you can be able to reset the password on your own without having to reach out to the IT team to do it for you.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
That's all for me. That's all for me.
Thank you so much. Can I take at least maybe 2 or 3 questions and then we close our meeting? We are already at 10 o'clock, and then if you still have more questions, please.
Good evening, Mr. Lutebele.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, thank you very much for the presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
So I just have one question. The thing is, last week I've paid for one of my downliner. So I was paying through Bitcoin. But then I realized that when I was transferring the money, I thought I have sent the actual fee, but then I've realized that I ran short of $2. So in my proof of payment, it shows that I've underpaid and I'm running short of that $2.75, something like that. So I don't know what to do so that I can top up, because even at the moment, the certificate, it is not ready.
Okay. Yeah, I think this one is one of the common issues that we are encountering, where people are underpaying their accounts. When you have underpaid, what we do is we can create an invoice for you that you can be able to pay the difference. And that the IT team can, we have one of the IT members who is working on that, Madiemo. She's working on that. She can be able to create an invoice for you, and then you pay the difference. And also the system, there are some margins as to even if there is an underpayment, there are margins that are set to say if the underpayment is by this much, then it can fall within the acceptable range. But there are those that you will find that, now somebody has paid $40 instead of $72, and now this is big. It's something that is completely out of the set margins. So they will be able to assist you. They can create an invoice for you, and then you pay the difference, and then everything now goes. You follow the same procedure to make a payment, and then we are done.
Okay. So
yes,
now
for the certificates that are not ready and yet the payments were made, like I said, I'll check just now, and you should check after 5 minutes or so when the presentation has ended. Then you'll see that if there is a proof of payment, then we'll be able to validate and then activate the certificate so that the letters can be downloadable.
all right. So about the person that you are assigning me to, so how am I going to get hold of her or him?
You can just like on the confirmation that you got, you can copy the order number on your email that you received when you were making the payment.
Okay.
And then if you go to the live chat or even on the help desk, you just give them the order number to say, please create an invoice to top up this order number. They will just take that order number. It will show them how much was paid and how much how and the shortage, and then they will create an invoice and send to your email.
Okay.
Yes.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Can I take the last question? For the people who have not get the opportunity to ask, we will have another meeting. Like I said, we have started today. We will have more meetings where the IT team will try to educate, because our presentations are more of educating our people on how to use different platforms that we have. We have decided that, the type of questions that we receive, most of the time we'll find that they come from some, I can say, lack of understanding of the entire ecosystem. So we have started today. We'll have more meetings every Saturday, and we'll try to restrict them within 2 hours, just so that people can have time to rest and then be able to attend the main meeting tomorrow. So I'm taking the last question, and if you haven't asked your question, please bear with us. We cannot go beyond this time, and then you'll have an opportunity to ask your question on the next meeting. If it's a question of the errors that needs the IT assistance, please reach out to them through the channels that I have provided. They will still be, even after this meeting, they will still be active until around 11 or so. I will have to stick with them for an hour to make sure that whatever the queries that are coming in on those channels, they are attended to immediately. So we'll still be there even after the meeting to make sure that we assist you. Can I take the last question and then we close the meeting? Hello? Hello? Oh, we don't have, but I see so many hands.
Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you?
Sir?
I'm good.
Yes,
how
sir.
are you?
Hey, thank you, sir. Yes, sir. My question is, many of them have been answered, but I still have this question. You have already said that by tomorrow, our class B, we also saw our class C.
Yes.
Now I have a downliner who is an AEEX member.
Mm-hmm.
Now he paid for class C, and we saw the certificate was traceable. Now, how are we going to enter his class C dashboard? Should we re-register him on class C dashboard? So that, on Weownomy dashboard, so that he will be able to enter his class C dashboard and see how it's performing. Number two, when I check his AEE dashboard, I saw class C dashboard certificate ready. So we can download his class C certificate. But on the congrats letter, on the same dashboard of AEE, we have the class B certificate ready, and the WION that was allocated to it is the same as for class B, as we have said in Weownomy, which is 2240. So even though the certificate was ready and downloadable, yet the allocation of WIONs for his class C as a separate platform is not there.
Okay. Okay. If I understand clearly the question, for the AEX shareholders who have the class B and the class C, they don't have to open an account in the Weownomy platform for their class C shares. On the very same AEX platform, they can be able to have both. The class B and the class C shares on the very same dashboard, and even the certificates, they can be able to download their class B and their class C certificate. Now, on the issue of the letters where you are saying somebody has the class C certificate and the class B certificate ready and downloadable, but the letter is still showing the 2,240 WIOs. That one, I think, as you have confirmed that I did mention that we are aware of it and it is being attended to. And like I promised that by tomorrow, we should be able to get the letter that shows for the people who have paid for class C, their letters will show that they have the class C shares, it will show the additional shares, the additional WIONs to say on top of 2,240 that was for class B, then you also have this much for class C. That way, it will be much easier. It will save us, the having to create another letter for the class C shares. It will be done that way. So, like I said, immediately when we have pushed that update on the live website, we will make an announcement, and people can be able to download the new letters that shows now the combined WIONs. The ones for the class B and the ones for the class C.
Okay, sir. Now another question in line with what I've just said. I initially bought class C first of Weownomy. Then I bought AEX platform. Then I bought Weownomy class B. Yes, in line with the explanation that you are giving, isn't it I supposed to have the WIONs for AEX separate, WIONs for class B, Weownomy, and WIONs for class C? Is that not how it's supposed to be?
No. What happened is, I think this one has been explained that by being the AEX shareholder, by the virtue of being AEX shareholder, you have the same number of shares that you have on the AEX website. If you are having 10,000 shares, you have the same number of shares in the Weownomy platform. If you have 10,000 shares on the other side, you have the very same number of shares on the Weownomy platform. So when you make a top up, your top up should be made on the AEX website. Let's say at first you had 10,000 shares, you paid 10,000, and then later you top up with another 10,000. Then you have 20,000 shares on the AEX platform. So now, like I said, for the number of shares that you have on AEX, we have exactly the same number of shares on the Weownomy side. So you will not have letters from the AEX and from the Weownomy. Your shares should be on one platform. If you are an AEX shareholder, whatever the additional payments you'll be doing, they will be updated on the AEX website. And then those shares that you have on AEX, then you have exactly the same number of shares on the Weownomy side. Then you get the letter.
So what I don't understand is this. Now, if I have bought class B again after the AEX, how is it going to be accommodated?
You simply request an upgrade through the channels that we have provided. They will go into the AEX website and update your shares with the additional amount that you have paid. I'm saying that if you had you have paid 10,000 in the first place, and then you wish to increase your investment with another 10,000. Now that the registration in the AEX website is closed, you cannot say I will register in Weownomy and then assign this other 10,000 as an independent investment. They have to be combined, because we don't allow people to have multiple accounts under the same company. It should be one account.
So that last 10,000 I paid will only be updating the AEX account.
Yes, they should update your AEX account.
Oh, okay. Now, what about the class C? Because it's not showing.
Even the class C, it should be updated on the AEX website. But like I said in my communication during the week, we are working on trying to make sure that we want to migrate some, the shareholders in AEX into the Weownomy platform. we are not closing with AEX, but we are saying we want to manage all the matters relating to Weownomy on one platform. So when we have figured how we can do that, we'll have to move. We are just going to copy your data into Weownomy, so that on AEX we only deal with issues about AEX, and anything that talks Weownomy then will be managed on the Weownomy platform. So we'll try to move even your credentials so that you can log in easily on the Weownomy dashboard and be able to see exactly the same number of shares that you have on the AEX. So that is also one of the things that are in the pipeline on the side of the IT team. So once we are done with that, we'll let you know, and then people will now be able to say if it's you have any issues with Weownomy, you log into the Weownomy dashboard, and on the AEX we only deal with issues relating to the AEX company. So that
So,
way.
sir, as it is now, yes, sir, as it is now, sir, on my dashboard of Weownomy, of the AEX, how much should be my share now, my Weons now, with if the upgrades will be done on the AES? Because I thought I was buying class B as we were told before on Weownomy.
Anna, how much did you say was your initial investment for the AEX?
AES is 10,000. Then when I bought another, I also paid 10,000. So I was thinking that I was buying it on class B.
Okay. That
now
then
how much will the
that
come
would
to?
mean that would mean your total investment is 20,000. And if that is the case, your shares should be 200,000. And then the number of Weons to receive should be 3,220 per month. Because for every additional, for the class B, every additional 10,000 you pay on top, we add 10,000 Weons. So for the people who pay 20,000, they get 3,220. For those who paid 30, they get 4,220, and so on. The same thing applies with the class C. For every 1,000 that they paid on top, they get 100 Weons on top of that. And then for somebody who paid 2,000, they will get 324. And then somebody who paid 3,000, they get 424, like that.
All right, sir. Now, the other problem I have now is this downliner who was an AES person. You said he will have the Weons on the AES at the same time the Weons on the class B.
They will have the Weons on the
AEX at the same time the same Weon on the class B Weownomy.
But I think I have tried to explain this one. I'm saying you don't get both. You don't get twice the number. If you are on AEX, you'll get your letter on AEX with your Weons that are assigned to you that you'll receive. So you don't say now, even if you have access to both platforms, you don't request. You don't say I want the tokens from the Weownomy and the AEX. Remember that the reason we are giving the letters on the AEX platform, we are not giving the AEX letters, but Weownomy letters, since we said people who are AEX shareholders, by virtue of just being AEX shareholder, they are also Weownomy shareholders with the same number of shares that they purchased. So I think that one we have explained to say you don't claim both letters to say I have the one from AEX and I have the one from Weownomy. It will be the same letter if you have registered those two accounts.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Now the last question, if I can call it last, is this downliner who was registered for Class C. The proof of payment was there, but the certificate is not ready. So I don't know why it's not ready, even though the letter was there, the certificate is not ready. No, I can't understand. And there were 3 people that were registered at the same time with paid with the Bitcoin, but this other one certificate is not ready. It's still not ready, even now. The other 2 certificates ready, downloaded, this one. So I don't know, sir, what happened. What should
Like I have just explained that if you have paid for them and you uploaded the proof of payment, and remember what I have always said is when you upload the proof of payment, let's please name it correctly, because sometimes you will find that somebody uploaded a proof of payment and they wrote their name. They just wrote letter on that. So it's very difficult for us to know that that is a proof of payment because others, when they upload even their IDs and other documents, they just write their name. So you find 5 documents written letter, and then you don't know which one is the proof of payment. So people who do that, you find that in some cases the system do skip their proof of payments because now we'll have to do it manually. But if you uploaded your proof of payment and then you have named it correctly, either you have named as POP or you have stated that it's a proof of payment, then that way it's easier for the system to pick it up and then verify and activate the certificates, because now we try to search using those words, the proof of payment, the POP. But if you have named it something different, then it becomes tricky. But on that one, if you have uploaded the proof of payment and named it correctly, but the certificate is still not ready, I've just said that after this meeting here, I'm just going to run that query again. It will update those, it will validate the proof of payments and then update and make the certificates ready. So you can check after 5 minutes from now. And we have now gone beyond the time that we agreed.
Beyond and beyond. And the last is the downliner I registered in July. We couldn't access our account up till now. We have written, I've done anything I could. Now, the email is correct. When we put the password, it cannot recognize it. Then when I asked the last question, you said I should use trace certificate and put the ID. So I tried to trace certificate, put the ID as it was, yet it could still not enter it. How can I be helped, sir?
When you try to track the certificate, you don't get the information.
No, sir. It still say we don't have a system that matches this ID number or something.
Okay, now the possibility is there. The first one is, if have you ever been able to log in using that account?
Never. I've not even been able to log so that I can put the proof of payment in our account. I have tried when we were told to submit our queries to Weowns at AE. I tried that one. I put proof of payment. I have sent it to the chief executive officer initially when we were told to send it to CEO, yet we can't log in into our account.
Yes, for that one, if you haven't logged into the account from the beginning, there is a very high possibility that the shareholder is not registered in the system. Because if at one point you were able to log in, then I would say maybe you updated the ID number during that time when an update that was made on the ID number was affecting the certificate issue. So please, I would advise that you try to re-register the person and see if the registration will go through, and then because that's the only possibility. You cannot fail on both.
Okay, sir. Because this proof of payment is still there.
Yes, you can try to re-register and see how it goes.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Let me please end our meeting here, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank you very much for attending our presentation today, even though it was a short notice, I know, but you still came in numbers, and we will have another meeting again next week on Saturday again, where we'll still try to take you through the presentation first and then allow the questions after that. But for the people who were not able to say their questions, like I said, my team is still active until after 11 or so. They will still be able to to assist and respond to any questions that you have. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's meet again tomorrow on the presentation that will be done by the CEO. And also, I would like to acknowledge Nade Peter for being with us. Thank you very much. I realized that you were also on the meeting. Thank you, everyone. Let's meet tomorrow. Thank you.